Okay, hello YouTube. Today we're talking about 100% wool Bison Bushcraft shirt. So Bison Bushcraft is the brand. They're British. I don't know that much about the history of it, to be honest. I don't know how long they've been around or anything, but all I can do is talk about the shirt itself. So I was looking for a updating my sort of outdoor wardrobe situation and adding to it a while ago now, and preferring sort of more natural materials for a lot of the gear. And I was looking at wool shirts, and a lot of them are so expensive. And I understand, like, they're well made. Wool can be quite expensive, quality wool. So I came across this one. They just looked like exactly what I wanted, like a proper, like, old school 100% wool shirt, like something that you could find years ago, something that would last. And so I came across that and I looked into it, and I really liked the kind of the write up. I liked the style of what was going on. It's like a lot of wool shirts nowadays have been mixed with man-made materials, and often polyester, to be honest, or nylon. So they call them wool shirts, but they're only a percentage of it is wool. And they'll still sell them for like over 100 quid. Some of the Fuel Raven ones, for example. And I know Fuel Raven, like, not slagging them off. Really good company. A lot of people really respect them. Their stuff's well made. It's sort of, they try to be ethical and stuff like that. And so all of that is priced into it, But I found this, and I did just check the website, and I think it's 120 quid now. So if you look up on the website, it's the Forester shirt. They do a guide shirt as well, which I think only has a couple of buttons, whereas I wanted buttons all the way down, like a traditional shirt. So I went with this, the Forester shirt. Comes in 4 different colours, represented by the seasons, and it was 100% British wool, and it's made by the seamstress in Britain, in England, I think, but anyway, in Britain. And I really liked that as well. I thought that's even more ethical, instead of shipping things across the world backwards and forwards everywhere on boats and planes and God knows what. It's just made here. It's made by someone who's skilled and can quality check it there and then, and made in a traditional way, and they're not charging ridiculous prices for it either, Like, I mean, it's handmade with good quality local materials, and they're still not charging through the teeth for it. When it came through, I was like, wow, this is like, it's proper heavy. It is like rough, quite itchy wool, like old school wool. Some people might not like that, but I was really pleased, because it was like proper traditional, what you expect from traditional wool, the kind of stuff that was really warm. It's not heavy to wear, but as a shirt, when you lift it, you're like, yeah, this is proper solid bit of kit. The shoulders are like double layered for a bit of protection. The shoulder yoke, I think they call it, and the rest of it's just sort of one layer that is decent thick wool. You got the little patch, just a little leather patch there with a logo on it. That's about the only branding, and it comes with as standard with like this grandad style collar here. But the good thing is, because they're handmade to order, you can ask for alterations, and they list certain things that they can do. You could probably ask them anything, but there's typical things they list which, they might not vary too much from that, depending on what's possible. But yeah, you can have like ventile patches, which is like a waterproof cotton sort of material. I can't remember the other material they have, but you can have a different kind of material on the shoulders, shoulder yoke. You can have elbow patches. I did think about getting elbow patches, but for now, bog standard, old school, traditional, plain shirt, and I'll just go with the grandad collar, because that's what it comes with as standard, so I just went with that. You can have a normal collar that folds over, but because they're handmade to order, it does take quite a while to get them, and I ordered it for my birthday. It was like back in, I think it was maybe August I ordered it, or September, and it didn't come for a good couple of months at least. They did tell me at the time, just to let you know, that there are delays, so it normally takes something like 6 weeks, but it could take longer because of COVID and stuff like that. It was causing the delay, and sometimes they have a backlog of orders that they have to deal with. So it's not a, you know, in the world of Amazon Prime, which I'm used to myself, where you just order something and get it next day or within a week. It is very old school. It's like proper bespoke old school gear, handmade to order. You have to wait for it, but it's worth the wait. I think for the price, you're not going to get 100% wool shirt made locally for this kind of price, really. On the website I checked recently, I think it was like 120 quid, but I'm pretty sure when I ordered mine it was like 105. I seem to remember that 105 price. I'll check it and I'll put up on the screen whether I'm right. But just doing that from memory, I think it was 105. So it might have gone up a bit, but still 120 quid is, I think, fair. You know, if you look at the Fuel Raven shirts, I'll look it up actually. So for example, just looked it up now just to get a rough idea. So Fuel Raven Canada shirt, it's like a red checkered shirt on this one. There's a couple of colours. 130 quid on this website. I think maybe the retail is more like 150. They're doing it for 130. It's a pretty good deal. And it's a mix of wool, polyester and acrylic. So like one of the benefits of wool is that around a fire, wool is good because it's kind of pretty fire retardant. You know, if you get a spark on it, it's not just going to set light or burn holes in it. It generally is pretty safe to have around a fire. So adding polyester and acrylic to it, don't know, it could reduce that. So I'd say it's a lower quality in that sense. It doesn't say much else about it, but basically it's going to be, you know, a slightly more mass-produced shirt. Like I said, it's not bad. Fuel Raven are very well respected. I'm sure it's a good shirt. But personally, for a little bit cheaper, for 100% wool shirt, a thick traditional wool shirt, handmade to order, and it's cheaper, it's a no-brainer really. Another example here, Fuel Raven Ovic Rewool shirts. I think it's recycled wool. Again, you know, it's ethical, good company. 80% wool, 20% polyamide, and it's 155 quid on this website. Just pick the first website that come up really. So just a little example there. So yeah, there are some other options from other brands. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's some that are like 300-400 quid for a wool shirt. Can't say whether the quality's better or not. I don't know. I haven't used any other wool shirt, to be honest. Like the Swandry Ranger wool shirt, bush shirt that Ray Mears uses. You can generally get them for about £100 mark. Obviously, again, they're not handmade to order with possible alterations to the collar and everything. But and you can add, by the way, you can add a hood to this if you want as well. So you know, it's still not quite the same, but there are other wool shirts in the same sort of price range, admittedly. But I think for what you're getting with as a package is a pretty good deal, really. Since I've had it, I've sort of worn it casually. I wasn't aware of this shacket trend thing. Apparently, I have no idea about current fashion trends, but apparently people are wearing shirt jackets now. It's a thing. But anyway, this is going to survive through all of that trend. You know, people who are into bushcraft and the outdoors have been wearing wool shirts for forever. So since I've got it, yeah, I haven't worn it sort of too much in the great outdoors and really put it to too much of a test. So it's not really like an overall review. It's just like a look at the shirt and show you that it's out there. I did sit around the fire with it last night, and I was actually cooking a bit of a barbecue yesterday, and it doesn't smell. The good thing about wool is it doesn't take smells on too badly, especially like bacteria smells, because if you don't know, wool has a lanolin, like naturally has a thing called lanolin in it. I think it's something to do with the oils in the wool, so it doesn't allow bacteria to grow. It might even kill bacteria, so it doesn't get smelly very easily. The material, I'll show some close-ups, has sort of started to fray and bobble a little bit. I think that's just because it's 100% wool. That's going to happen with a wool shirt, no matter how good the quality is. It's just, yeah, it's just one of those things about wool. When I got it, it didn't, and then obviously a bit of abrasion, a bit of wear in it and moving it around, it starts to get fluffed up a little bit. It's no big deal. It is a very vintage looking bit of clothing at the end of the day. And lastly, sizing wise, they are made to be big. So you'll find this with a lot of wool shirts that are designed for bushcraft and the outdoors. It's to allow for layering, a bit of breathability, allows a bit of airflow in there, and allows you to move around completely. It's not like a tight fitting technical thing. If you need to be chopping wood or whatever, it's like almost like a wool blanket. It sort of gives you a lot of space to move around in. So if you wanted it tighter fitting, you'd probably have to go down a size. I got the small, which is 36 to 39 inch chest. Normally smalls are 36 to 38, so there's an extra inch of difference there. And they normally fit me quite well in most brands. And if I want something a bit baggier, I go for a medium. Well, I went with a small when it's like there's a lot of material here. The sleeves are very long. I think that allows you to sort of roll it up more easily and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I did think about getting them tailored shorter, and then I thought, well, we'll see how it goes. Next time I go out on a sort of a wild camp, I think I'm going to try and take it with me. I've avoided it so far because, one, I don't want to ruin it, which is funny because it's kind of what it's designed for. And two, because it is quite bulky to fit in your bag, so you pretty much got to be wearing it most of the time. And that's okay, because that's the whole point of wool really, is that you can just wear it all the time. If it gets wet, it stays warm. You don't want it to get soaked, but if it gets damp, it will stay warm. If it's warmer, it breathes very well. It's kind of a very good temperature regulator. I found that with natural materials in general, actually. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to say about it. It's a shirt at the end of the day, but ask me in the comments and then I can reply and you can get information that way rather than me trying to remember every little thing that I need to say about it or preempt what you want to know. But overall, very, very nice. Yeah, I'll have this for many, many years, I think. Please like and subscribe. And like I said, anything else you want to know, put in the comments. And thanks for watching.